Alright, welcome back to Reborn as a Vending Machine, anime review, episode number 19. Yeah, it's been not very long since the end of the previous season of the show. Yeah, for this one, it's only been 6 months. Yeah, it has not felt like very long. This is by far the quickest time I have seen between seasons ever for any anime I've come across. Normally it's like a year, maybe, or in the case of Spy X Family, 2 years. But 6 months? That is quick. Really quick. You might be thinking, oh, what about the Reincarnation of the Aristocrat? That came almost as quick, too. But the thing is, I had binge watched the first season, like, not long before the second season came out. And third season is coming out this coming October. Which is interesting. So, we are discussing the opening episode of Season 3 for this show. Each to their own story. Well, the beginning of the episode feels like a bit of a continuation of the ending of last season's show, where we have Boxo and the younger, I can't remember her name, the one who basically is like a woman, well, basically, she's like selling frozen fruit. This lasts for a little while, and of course they try their best, and then they finish up on that desert stratum at the end of it for a little while. So everybody goes to the clinic stratum for a while. They kind of basically go back home. Lamas comes back after being gone for maybe about a week-ish. And then we have Boxo's birthday, because it's been like a year pretty much since the start of the show. Even though that, here's the weird thing, the first season came out 3 years ago. I'm not kidding about that, it's been 3 years. But I think in story it's been like a year. So one of the things to celebrate his birthday is to have Himely create this special thing that, well, because Boxo basically changed it every time basically he's at Lamas' back, that, well, this is more to compensate for that because he changes shape all the time. So they create that. They have a birthday cake for him because he can't eat it because he's a machine. Of course, only like, by the way, also before the girl leaves, she does talk to Boxo via telepathy. I kind of wish, basically, you probably think in story that he should know, that Boxo should know telepathy, but instead he can't exactly talk very well because he's a machine. But I think he should know telepathy at this point. So, and then the group goes to, well, the Dog Mountain Stratum, which basically it's kind of like a beach resort. Well, kind of. Basically, it's like a series of islands. And it's got like an artificial sun in there. And it's called Dog Mountain because it's a mountain shaped like a dog. So, Director Bear does his own. Extra director does not go. But it's basic. I think it's like Lamas, Himely, and I think it's the guy who claims to be Boxo's apprentice. I think a couple of people goes to them too. Of course, they're looking for a member of the Menagerie of Fools. Not the captain per se. Of course, he was there, but he's since left. Yeah, basically, the captain and his family have since left. And it's kind of weird, though, his vice cap. Of course, it's kind of weird now. The thing is, if you look at the vice cap, given the fact how the vice captain treats him, like, it was revealed about partway into season 2, these two are in fact married, and the twins are their sons. I would think, basically, based on the way they look, it was quite obvious these two were these four are family, but, and basically they do the things they did in season 2 was because they wanted to help cure their youngest son. So it's like, it's fine. Of course, look for somebody they know. And then while the two managers are there looking for their friend, so Lamas, Himely, and Boxo, you would think they're at the beach. Be a good time to pop up some bikinis for these two ladies. Nope. Fishing. So they catch fish. Boxo picks up a giant clam, and it's like, what's up with the giant clam? And then, of course, basically the shoe pervert and the glutton, where they easily find out. By the way, Brittany Quasi was in the episode, which glad to hear her back, basically as their talking bear, with the whole bear. It's a brief scene, but it was great to see him again. And I find out that this actually is the friend looking for her. And I heard the voice, I'm like, that's Tia Ballard! Oh my gosh, that's Tia Ballard! She hasn't said anything online about it, but yeah, that's Tina. That's Tia Ballard. I recognize the voice anywhere. I am quite surprised she's in the show. Oh yeah, I am very, very surprised. I did not really expect that. Mm-hmm. Her name is Pity, yeah. Let's see if I can find. I think, as far as I can tell, Pity herself, I believe, is voiced by. Like, I heard the voice. That sounds like Tia Ballard to me. Yes. Yeah, Director Dark basically does very brief in the episode. And Director Dark was a kid. Yeah. Oh, they haven't cleaned the name yet, but I know that voice. That is Tina Ballard. I would think basically they would list off. Weird. They don't. I'm looking up to see if they unveil that this. I mean, I can tell that voice. That's Tina Ballard. I know that voice anywhere. I know it's not Monica Royale. I can tell by the voice it's not her. I'm trying to find and see if, like, as far as I can tell, this definitely does sound like her. Um, yeah. Yeah, but the episodes you don't really know, and they reveal this by when they try to cook it. Oh, maybe it's a mysterious clam. No, it's actually her. Yeah, it was her inside the thing. But overall, really good episode. Yep. So yeah, that's pretty much up to the video. Please be sure to like. Oh, Kyoko is the girl's name. My apologies. That's the name. Heavy was the pervert, the shoe pervert guy, and Sui is the food glutton. Yep. But yeah, that's pretty much up to the video. Please be sure to like and subscribe to notifications. So I'll see you when I get back. When next time I work on will be Chainsaw. Okay, next video.